Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have this card to share with you, which this particular one is one I've made for my mum for her birthday. But I thought that this card was really interesting and was worth a video all of its own, because you may, if you've been here around for the last few weeks, you'll know that I've been sharing a video on a Monday, kind of featuring a group of products or whatever that I've been sharing on social media all week. And this is a bit different. This is kind of a random, I'm not promising a series of fancy folds. I've done a series of fancy folds before. This is a fancy fold card. So this is a kind of random one-off. So these videos will probably pop up every now and again when I have chance. At the moment, I've just put my kids to bed and the baby is asleep. I have got the monitor on me, just in case he wakes up. But hopefully we'll get through this video without him doing that. This is my mum's birthday card. This is, I think I called it a double flapped card. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. And really, quite a nice one to do for something special. But there's lots of pieces. So I've not cut anything for this one yet because there's so many pieces. But what I have done is I have made a template. So I've got template pieces for each one of these panels for this card, which is a lot. It's a lot of pieces. There's 9 layers on this card, which, as I say, if you're sending it through the post, you might need a bit of extra postage on, but we'll see. But, so I've got a template, and then I've got a piece of Pretty Peacock and a piece of white, and some of this Designer's paper. Now, this paper is from a suite. I've picked a suite for today, and I've closed my catalogue. Took me ages to find it. Thoughtful journey. This suite is absolutely lovely. The papers are gorgeous. They're kind of like watercolour, and they've got that watercolour paper texture. They're not, they're actually completely smooth, but they look like they've got the texture of watercolour paper, which is just gorgeous. And the colours in here are really lovely. Fresh Occasion Greys, Calypso Coral, Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, Fresh Freesia. But I think there's more than that in the actual, in the papers. And then you've got all of these. They're just lovely. You've got a specialty pack of paper as well, which is 12 by 12. These papers are 6 by 6. You have got 5 sheets, of the specialty paper. That's 12 by 12. Then there is the stamps. Really lovely. Love these. Some fabulous dies. And what I really love about these dies is that you've got the dies that cut out the images. The stamped images, but you've also got some of these extra bits of dies that cut out really handy layering pieces that are really useful for lots and lots of cards. So I have already gone ahead and done some die cutting with those. And then a pack of, what are we calling them? Adhesive backed pearl trio. And these are lovely. I've not used these yet. But they're like iridescent. They're really pretty. So I'm going to use some of those as well. So shall we get started with this really complicated cutting of this card? So I'm going to do the same as I've done here. So I've got like black layer, a white layer, and then a piece of Designer's paper, which is what I'm going to do on this actual card I'm going to make. So we're going to cut a piece of Pretty Peacock, a piece of white, and a piece of the DSP. So we'll start with the back, the kind of main flap of the card. And that, I'll turn those over, because they're literally going to tell me exactly what they are. So the back panel is a piece of cardstock that is 15 by 14.8 and was going to score at 10.5. Now this was me, made a standard card base and then just cut a piece off. So you could absolutely do that as well. So we're going to cut it at 15. And then we're going to score. So on your trimmer, you've got your 2 blades. You've got your where have they gone? Your dark grey blade and your light grey blade. Dark grey blade is the cutting blade. I'm going to swizzle that away out the way. and the light grey blade is your scoring one. So we can fold that over and burnish it with our bone folder. Then our next layer is going to go on almost on the inside of this card, and that is a piece of basic white. That is 10, she says, this layer, 10 by 14.3. So, absolute standard sized layer. It's going to go on there. Then we need a piece of designer's paper. I'm going to go for this one. And this is 9.5 by 13.8. I am going to put all of these on in the, all the measurements will be in the description bar below. So do not panic. Do not worry about writing stuff down. It's all there for you. So that's kind of our first bit. So I'm gonna adhere these down. We're gonna stick as we go, just because it made it a bit easier when I assembled the card the first time, to kind of get pieces out of the way. So there, and then there. And we're going to build up this kind of inside or the back panel of the card first, kind of working our way forward through the card. So this panel will be like the last bit. Oh, that's what I've not cut, isn't it? I've not done that bit. This will be interesting because I've not done the measurements for this. So I will have by the end of this. So the next bit of our card is the kind of little card, the mini card on the inside. So that piece is 15 centimetres across by 11.8, and we're going to score at 7.5. So we're going back into our pretty peacock again, and we're going to cut it to 11.8, and then I'm going to cut it at 15. I probably shouldn't have done that, but never mind. And we're going to score at 7.5, and that is our little mini card for the inside, like so. This could be so pretty. Then we need two pieces of basic white that are 11.3 by 7. So let's go into here. So 11.3 by, we'll move that down a little bit. Ooh. You might be able to see it then. By 7. Cutting myself in half with the paper trimmer. 11.3. And I did do this the first time round out of 2 sheets of cardstock. So I'm hoping it's going to work again the second time. And then I need a piece of designer series paper. Let's use this one. That is, she says, 10.8 by 6.5. So I did 6.5 size first, and then trim it to 10.8. So let's just move that out of the way and assemble this mini card. So this piece of designer scissors paper, I've got my grid paper on my glass mat and it's moving around a little bit. I am still working out my setup a little bit. If you haven't been around for a while, I moved out of my craft room about 3 months ago, because I had a baby and baby needed a bedroom, so I had to move out of my craft room. So I've now got a craft setup in my dining room, but obviously it's not permanent. It's also got to be a dining room. So all my craft things are in a big unit, big media centre really. And then I have to get things out, which means that my filming setup has changed. And yeah, still trying to work on that. So we're going to then I'm going to use some wet glue just because I feel like this needs a bit of a better hold than a standard Stampin' Seal. You could use Stampin' Seal Plus for this as well. Just because this is a fancy fold, it's going to get opened a lot. So I'll stick that in the middle of there, like so. Then we need this panel here, which I had forgotten about. So let's just I've got my 3 pieces for the front. Yes, that's all I'm going to fit, that'll be fine. But then I do also need this panel here. So this is, so that's 4.5. So let's have a piece of white that is 4 centimetres. By 14.3, and then another piece of our paper that's going to be 3.5 by 13.8. Going to adhere those on with seal. This paper, I mean, look at it. Even, you know, when you trim it, it's one of those papers actually where I struggle with these papers because I think, oh, they're quite loud. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, or they're really floral. But actually, when you trim them down, like that is so pretty. But the whole panel, the whole piece itself, that's a bit too much, sort of for my brain. What side, isn't it? Yeah, that as a whole piece is just too much. When you cut it off, it becomes really lovely. So we now just need our panel for the very front. So we need a piece of the Pretty Peacock again. That is 5.5 by 9.8. That's that one. Then we need a piece of white that is 9 centimetres by 5. Did I trim that to 5.5? Yeah, I did. Oh. It's been a long, long day today. I've had a 3-year-old with a temper tantrum at bedtime, which is just not fun at all. I mean, it's not fun for him either. So yeah, 4.5 for this one. So 4.5 by 8.8. But they just leave you feeling really tired, don't they? Oh dear. So layer this up as well. And then this is the panel where Hannah goes wrong. Always. Always, always. Let's try that again. 9.3. Is that 9.3? No, I don't know what size that was. Was it 9.3? Because that's 9.3. Oh, it's because I'm thinking about my delightful children who have, yeah, absolutely bamboozled me tonight. Oh, let's see if we can get this to stick. That's better. There we go. Get there in the end. Now, this panel, you're not going to pop adhesive on all over because this panel is going to stick on this flap, but it needs to be stuck in the centre of that one. here, which is a bit of a challenge. Now, what I did, I noticed that it's about the width of my bone folder. So what I did, actually, I'm gonna put it that way. So I'm gonna put my bone folder, and then I'm gonna turn my bone folder. So I've got this strip here, is where I need to put adhesive. I don't know if my brain works like anybody else's brain, but sometimes you need to measure in things that aren't centimetres, or inches. It just works. So I just pop that on there. Ooh, she says. What's nice about wet glue is you do have that wiggle time. There, you see, so pretty. I really like it in this. I've made it, this is the Full of Life suite, which my mum really likes, because my mum likes bright colours, and my mum complains every year that the card that I've made for her birthday isn't bright enough. So I went with, well, if you want bright colours, we're going for Full of Life this year, because it's bright. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to, this, it looks just as nice in this one as well. I don't know, I'm glad that I'm only filming one video tonight, because my brain is not functioning. So I have stamped that thanks, which is from the stamp set, in that pretty peacock ink. One of the things that I do absolutely love about Stampin' Up is the fact that you've got perfect coordination from inks to cardstock. It's just wonderful. None of that guesswork, none of it. Don't do guesswork. So I'm just going to pop these on. Now with this one, what I did with the leaf was I used some adhesive sheet behind it. And I put the adhesive sheet on the piece of card before I die cut it, which I probably should have done this time, but you know, that would be boring and sensible, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Not doing that either. So I'm going to pop a bit of wet glue on the back of, and what I like, particularly with these die cuts from the Thoughtful Wishes, is that I like putting a bit of adhesive on, but just like a little bit at the bottom, and then you've got that instant dimension because it's not going to stick. It's only stuck like at the very bottom. So cross that over, squidge the glue out, get rid of it. This is why I don't use wet glue very often, because I've now got glue on my fingers, which is not ideal. And then I'm going to use a couple of mini dimensionals on that sentiment that we stamped. And all I've done is you could call it fussy cutting if you wanted to, but I really have just trimmed it out of a piece of card. And then, just to finish off, I'm going to take a trio of these adhesive dots. Now they are all the same size, I think. But they're different colours. But yeah, 3 of those. Finished. Done. Oh, so lovely. Really love that. Really simple. But looks really complicated. But once you've got all those layers, all those measurements sorted, again, the instruction will be down by below. Just really handy. Nice one to know. So thank you ever so much for joining me. If you like any of the products that you see in my videos, do hop over to the online store. Link for that is in the down bar below. And I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.